Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. So in today's video we're going to be taking a look at my very first drive in one of my absolute dream cars, an MGB GT. First off, before you see this footage, let me just apologise for the way that I present it. This was the first time that I'd actually really been in front of a camera and driving a car, and it was, trying to present it properly was not a thing to me yet. So please excuse me for that. But without any further ado, here's the video.
So I'm going to let Josh drive Molly now because he actually wants to go buy an MGB, so I actually want him to get the feel for it and we're just going to vlog it really. So
yeah, here we go.
Yeah,
right, so gear stick, handbrake, anything else I need to know about on the dashboard? Not
just
really.
the brakes.
Just the brake. Yeah, that's
fine.
The most important bit really, isn't it? Right.
So first is straight ahead. Straight ahead, there we go.
Right,
second is down. Third, straight across. You have to kind of, that's in one motion.
Right,
then
and yeah, because it's got 48 H pattern. So
that's it.
First, brake off, indicate out. Oh,
I feel like a driving instructor back in the 60s. Yeah. First impressions?
Just getting a feel for the clutch at the moment actually. It's got very smooth sort of power delivery. It's sort of like a, quite a, I hate to say it sound weird, but it's like a milky engine really, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, that engine note though. This steering wheel is brilliant. It's, like it's almost like you've got a bus wheel really, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
But it's brilliant. I want to be. So Keiran, tell us a little bit about your MGB GT.
So this is a 1971 model, chrome bumper, one of the very last of the Mark II examples before the Mark IIIs were bought out in very late 1971 to 1972. This is Molly. She's a chrome bumper model, wire wheels, not fitted as standard. They were an optional extra on the Mark IIs, but I just wanted them fitted anyway. I've owned it for 2 years now. In that time I've took her to many shows. She's been to the NEC already. She's driven around the film set of BBC One's Peaky Blinders. She's met, I'm trying to think who she's met now, Tim Shaw from SOS, Car SOS. Tim Shaw's had a good look round her and he's liked her. Fuzz Townsend's walked past her the one time, had a quick look. You know you like your celebrities when Fuzz Townsend walked past it. He was with his kid at the time, I'll let him off. But
right, fair.
yeah, so I've owned it for 2 years. We've had, in that time, the bumpers have been re-chromed. More mechanical things, we've had a new fuel pump put on. Brakes have been upgraded to vented discs on the front. New upgraded pads, the Girling pads on the front as well, just to make her stop a bit better. Rocker cover's been done. We've tuned her up last week, so the carburetors have been balanced out. Things like that really, is just making her more comfortable for every day. I wouldn't say every day because it's not my everyday car, but just for kind of modern day driving.
Yeah, so you can run it and you can use it if you want to use it. And all that sort of stuff.
Of course, yeah.
The thing is as well, it's I'm going to roll my window up here, I think.
I think I would as well.
Which way are we going? That way.
Yeah, you do have to get the engine workout going, yeah.
It's going to look very weird on YouTube.
Please stand by.
Right. That's a bit better. What I was going to say, the thing is with this, you've got a much, I've got a modern MG3, so it's kind of the case of, with that you've got the amenities of a modern car. You've got central locking and parking sensors, a modern radio head unit, all that sort of stuff. But with this old MGB GT, you've got a sort of a characterful sense to the car. Don't get me wrong, my MG3's got character, you'll find out when you drive that, but it's, with this you've got fine British workmanship, and it's not as bad as everybody says, is it? It's just, yeah.
Everyone always says to me, oh, MGB, reliability. You can say that about any car. You can say that about the most beaten up car in the world. If you look after it, the car will look after you. With a classic car, you need regular maintenance. I always say it's like an elderly lady. You need to treat elderly people correctly. It's funny, it's true. In a nursing home, you treat old ladies correctly. Like same as a classic car, they need regular maintenance, regular care. So that's the way I look at it, really. So I think now we're just coming up to Beck's Hole, which I think we'll do a U-turn at because there is quite a steep hill here. So can we stop here?
I think there is a pulling place.
Yeah, should we pull it just here? Yeah, just here.
There is this better one just around the corner.
Just around the corner.
Yeah. But yeah, so it's a lovely drive though, isn't it? It's I mean, it's just nice, like we were saying earlier before we started filming. In an MGB GT, you can just come out and turn all your technology off and enjoy the time that you have. Yeah. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull in here.
I actually want to get a photo here because this is a heartbeat filming location.
Alright, okay.
Yeah. If you pull just literally side of the bridge, as far over as you can.
Alright, so you want to be over here. Do you want to get out?
That'll do, yeah, that'll do.
Just before we stop filming,
go on, yeah.
Thank you very much for watching with the MGB. I don't know whether I've add this in at the end of the film or not, so if it's not, then thank you very much.
So yeah, that was Josh's first drive of an MGB. So
I really want one.
Yeah, so now he's going to get one next week now, so yeah, stay tuned for that.
So what are my thoughts on Keiran's MGB GT? Well, his 1971 model has obviously been taken care of very well, and it shows. The car looks beautiful and it drives stunning. There are plenty of MGB GT videos out there on the internet, and they can tell you time and time again how much fun the MGB GT is. Even the later 1975 to 1980 models, they have great cars to have and great first classics. But for me, the real experience was A, being there with a friend, and B, being in the moors with Heartbeat Country and being in this car. Yes, it drove amazingly, and it drove even better on those twisty, windy country roads. It had quite a nice torque delivery. When you accelerate it, it does sort of take a bit of an egg up. You know, you've got to wind it up to get up to where you need to be, but at the end of the day, that's, you know, it's a 50-year-old car now. My MG3's got more power than it, probably. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if it does. But then again, you get the sense of you're advancing with the MGB GT. It does accelerate, but you work towards it. It's like that feeling when, if you get given something handed to you on a silver platter, it's just not as nice as when you work towards getting to your end destination. And you get that feeling with the MGB GT. As well as that, the interior was nicely laid out, and you had a lot of nice brown leather, which is very 70s. The British racing green paintwork was lovely. And you had some vinyl bits on the dashboard, being a later MGB GT. And it was just, you know, nice not to have a radio or, like I said in the film, any technology. You got the sense of you're in this car to drive it, not to go somewhere. It was more for enjoyment rather than for travel. I would love to get one tomorrow. I would love to go out and buy an MGB GT and just have it as the perfect weekend car. Annoyingly, for most people, they're now rising up in prices. So if I were you, get one now while you can. That you can still pick one up for maybe £3,000 to £5,000 that's a bit tatty. If I were you, get one that's more around the £10,000 to £15,000 mark. That's where the nicer ones come in. If you genuinely are looking for a good bargain though, go for one that was made between 1975 and 1980. They're the rubber bumper models. Now most people, or at least the presumptions were up until recently, that the 1975 to 1980 models handled like crap, and in comparison to the older ones, supposedly they do. I can't say myself because I've never driven one, but they're starting to become thin on the ground now because people are buying them up, putting the older version of the suspension on, which lowers the height because they had raised height for the American market, and putting chrome bumpers on. And now that 70s fashions are coming into style, you know, you're getting people wearing a lot more 70s clothes, 70s furniture is coming back into fashion, and 70s cars are raising in price so much, the rubber bumper models suddenly become attractive. And because people have converted them, and there aren't that many left, it's hard to find the rubber bumper models. So snap them up while you can, because they are a bargain to be had. Thanks for watching, everybody. Don't forget to leave a like and a comment down below, and to subscribe and hit the notification bell to keep up to date with our future videos. See you in the next one.